happens a lot. Is there any chance that Rieger will rejoin the team?
Oh yeah, certainly. But again, that's not anything that I have any control over. That's again exactly what we said earlier. So, but that's not something we're focused on. If he makes it back, that's great. That'd be great for him. But we're moving on.
You've said all along that your goal is to make this program consistent, and then maybe one year something special could happen. Do you feel like you're close to having the pieces together that something special could happen? And what would have to happen this year?
Well, I mean, I definitely think that we're closer to being the program that I want us to be, closer than we've ever been. Certainly from where we started 6 years ago, and back to 2011 when we won 10 games for the first time since 1991 or whatever it was. We won the 90. We won the league for the first time since 1991. There were just a lot of things that a lot of walls around this program, and we've kind of just been knocking them one down at a time. And my message to the team that year was, all right, we did some good things, but let's just kind of put our head down and let's go have 3, 4, 5, 10+ win seasons. Then you can become relevant. And I think that's what's happened. I mean, we've become relevant. Are we elite? We hadn't proved that yet. I think we're, one of those teams that has a chance, and I felt that way for the last few years. I feel like we're a team coming into the season that's got a shot. And that's really all you can ask for, is to have a program that gives you a chance to compete at the highest level year in and year out. And that's the type of consistency that I want to be a part of. And I think that's where we are from year to year. Somebody asked me last night, could this be the best year? Could this be the best team or something? I don't know. And my thing is that stuff's measured differently. We won the ACC in 2011, but I thought our team last year was better. But we weren't ACC champions. So there's different ways that people look at that stuff from year to year. But at the end of the day, what do we get out of the team that we have? What type of player development do we have in our program? Not just as football players, but as men. How are we graduating our players? 120 seniors, 114 graduates. There's real metrics that I look at to kind of gauge where we are as a program. And I think that we have a great foundation in place. We have a good tradition here, but we still got a lot of work to do. And for us, my goal, as I've said many times, is by 2020 to look back and say, man, we just had the best decade in Clemson football history. And we're just kind of halfway into that. Our recruiting has become very consistent. Again, our academics, 5 out of my 6 years, we've been top 10 in the country academically. We've become very consistent in a lot of areas. And I think it takes that, we have a mentality in place. We have certain metrics, certain things that are in place now that we didn't have 6 years ago. We have everybody on the same page. And so it's exciting times to be here at Clemson. But we just got to keep our head down, stay hungry, stay humble, and just keep working. It's a daily deal. Just try to have the best Tuesday we can have today.
Coach, coming off of that question, coming into the season ranked 12th, having one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, are you fielding those questions a lot? Like, could this team be a national championship contender? And is there more of a buzz around Clemson coming into this season?
Oh, I definitely think that's a fact. As far as outside people's perception may be different toward Clemson than where it was 6 years ago, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, everybody wants to have a program that other people look at and say, man, they got a pretty good program, pretty good team. Hey, they're one of those teams that have a chance. People recognize past success and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody wants to be a part of that. Certainly would rather have that than every year, to be a team that nobody ever sees as having a chance and nobody ever sees you as being a team that could end up in the rankings and things like that. So I think we've made great progress there. But that's all part of it, in learning how to handle success, learning how to handle the adversity, not get distracted by things that don't matter, You know, understand the reality of all of those things are just based on past performances, not anything to do. We haven't played it down. We have potential, and you know, but it's, as I tell our team all the time, you don't play the game on paper, and it's not a game of potential. I mean, it's a game of performance, and that's all that matters when it's all said and done. So there's no question with I mean, there's 3 teams in America that have had 4 10-plus win seasons. That's a very small group out of 120-something, and that's hard to do, all right? I mean, that's all levels, you know, 120-something teams or whatever it is. So that's the type of consistency that we want to be known for, because if we can continue to do that, then, hey, we will pull it together, you know? We will have that magical year where maybe, you know, we get a certain break, or everybody stays healthy, or, you know, whatever. But can't worry about those things on the outside. We just truly have to stay focused on what we're doing here on a daily basis.